All right, so why have I been talking about fairies and Sasquatch a bit more lately rather than galactics? Because I am heavily tied to galactics, and people at times I feel see me as kind of the more of a fairy person, Sasquatch person. That's not actually the case. I just have a strong connection to them because they're of this world. They exist right beside us. The galactics are in space. Telepathically, I'm connected to many of my friends and family up there, but down here on this world, we're mostly experiencing those who are beside us. And one of the things my guides have always said is that over time, what's going to happen is people are going to have to learn more about what's beside them before galactics can truly come. Because you have to be in a space where you can accept and understand and know that these beings exist beside you, because how can you accept something with your heart that's from outer space, that's from another planet, if you cannot accept with your heart those living right beside you, not just beside us, not just on this plane of existence, like the beings we lump into the fairy word, the fairy label. Remember, that's a label. When we talk about these beings, fairies, a lot of them are from completely different dimensional worlds, but we pop them into one when they're actually different vibrations, different parts of the conscious onion of Earth that has hundreds of thousands, millions of dimensional spaces because it's a ball of consciousness. So a lot of these beings aren't even just fairies, they're much more, but we lump them into that. We have to understand and know they exist beside us because as people wake, they're going to see and experience them. They're going to see gnomes, goblins, trolls, elves. They're going to see Sasquatch, ogres. They're going to see energetic forms that many might just call angels, but are actually of this world, this natural world. Elemental would be a good name, but that's another label that often gets used for the fairy realm. The way I see it, elementals are more energy in form and have no form, and fairies have form. They have dimensional space. They have worlds of their own they exist in, worlds you can travel to. So as I go on this journey, I find myself talking more about fairies lately and Sasquatch, the beings of the surface of the earth, essentially. And when I say surface, I mean of the layers that are close to our surface reality, because those are the ones people are going to start seeing more and experiencing more. Galactics are coming and going, they're still here, they're not going away. But those are the beings people really need to accept with their heart. And that doesn't just include the surface, that includes those below our Earth, those through the physical tunnels that go into the Earth, those through the dimensional gateways that go into different dimensional spaces in the Earth. It's all kinds of things going on. But we have to be in a space where we can accept that the world isn't what we see and that the world is far more magical and complicated and I don't know why this word's popping in, but extravagant than we have known in the past. And once people are able to accept those, then the galactics come. And here's a good example. They're popping this in my mind as I talk. A lot of people who study shamanism, I've run into this multiple times and I've talked to others and they've run into it too. Study earth based spirituality, is what I would call it. Earth based spirituality focuses on the earth. A lot of them are not able to handle galactics. Galactics, to many of them, are demons, are evil, are bad. And I've experienced this with clients who have gone to, say, Reiki practitioners that they're learning from, and then they open up about extraterrestrials and things, and the practitioner's like, no, don't get involved with it. That's bad. It's not the truth. It's an activation. It's something people have to release the fear completely. If you're not able to release the fear of these different beings, you'll never be able to experience them. So you get these earth focused studies that need activated first to the fact that there are other beings here, which is what shamanism and stuff is great for, because it works and understands there are other beings here and will work with them in most cases. Most cases. And so it builds a loving understanding of this world and how it exists. And then there's an activation. Just as there's an activation, at one point, many of you may not have believed in fairies. And then suddenly something happens and you get activated to it. And it opens and changes your world, changes your energy, changes your reality. And then you get activated to Sasquatches and the truth of Sasquatch. Then you get activated to beings in the ocean or beings underground, whatever it is. It's this kind of ladder of succession of vibrations and different things that people experience. And then you might get activated to galactics. Now, it's not necessarily in that order. Sometimes it's, you'll experience galactics first. It depends on the person, but for the majority of people, they're going to have to come to this awakening experience with a loving heart space for the beings of Earth before you can actually experience the beings away from Earth. That's one of the things that they told me years ago, that there's going to be a time where I kind of shift towards speaking of these, and the galactics are still coming. They still talk to me all the time, and all of that. But the awakening's happening this year. It's like we need to get people understanding there's more to this world than what exists right around you, right here. And to stop focusing on the outside stuff. Stop being in this energy of I want extraterrestrials, I want galactics to come take me away, to come bring a ship down and take me away. That's fear-based thinking. That's not a loving vibration. If if you want that and you experience that and a ship comes down and is like, we'll take you away from here, we'll save you, that's not in a loving heart space. Those aren't beings who are helping the earth in its capacity to shift vibration and its capacity to grow and heal. The galactics that are here to help us heal, to ascend, the earth to ascend. They're not here to take everybody away. That's not the truth of the matter. That's a fear-based energy, and if you do things in a fear-based energy, you're going to get a fear-based reality. You're going to get a fear-based situation type of scenario. So if you're afraid of Earth and you want to leave, which is whether it's anger, sadness, hate, whatever those emotions are that have you in a space of wanting to leave the Earth. And a lot of us go through that. I've been through that. If you're in that space, you need to go down deep and realize that, one, all of those negative emotions are fear. They all stem from fear. Jealousy, hate, anger, sadness, all these different things stem from fear for the most part. And you can dig down and figure out, okay, why is that? Is it because you're not in your authenticity and not experiencing a beautiful life? Is it because you're working a job you hate? Is it because you're around toxic people? Is it because you feel people are destroying the earth? Well, become somebody that's not, and somebody that leads in not doing that. Embrace your authenticity, love yourself, and then you will realize how magical this world is and how worthy it is of saving. But if you're somebody who's like, oh, I need to leave, I need to go, then you're not loving the space you're in. You're not loving the beings who are here trying to say, hey, we're here beside you. Work with us so we can do this. We can shift the world. So that's one of the reasons that I've been talking more about them, because they're here. They're all around us. It's kind of like we're living in a world where there are thousands, if not hundreds of millions of different beings living around us. And the galactics are there, but they're visitors. We don't see them all the time. They're visitors. They come and they go. They come and they go. The other beings are here all the time. And so that's why it's important for everybody to understand these other beings exist, because they'll start to see them, start to experience them, and they're right here all the time. So I wanted to bring that awareness out and I don't remember why. But if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. I love you all. Grateful for each and every one of you.